The story from the project, innocent black man. Let me be clear. Damn, man. The story from the project, innocent black man.
What up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Small Account Challenge. Today is day number 108. Yesterday we was able to get a base hit, so today we also wanted to get a base hit because there wasn't a lot of energy in the market this morning, so I wasn't going to press the gas when the market's only going 35 miles an hour. That's probably because today I believe Jerome Powell speaks, and when he speaks, the market listens, and he may say something that may cause the market to continue going down or just may consolidate. Anyway, we just want to keep the account going in the right direction, and we did that. Not much, but we'll take it. Anyway, I'm telling exactly how we pulled out, going in the right direction, and today's midday market recap. All right, y'all, let's go over the trades from this morning. I think we only got into about 6 or 7 trades. Not a lot of energy, so like I said, we wasn't gonna push the gas and force the trade. Not looking to do that. Want the account to keep going in the right direction. Anyway, our first trade of the day, let's pull the charts up, was on SPY at 936. This one we lost on. It was our first trade, but of course, you know, we had the guardrails. All right, here we go. The market opens up at 930. The candle that opens the market, that opens up 925 and closes at 930, was a green candle pushing up. The very next candle, we get a candle of indecision. It's not a doji, but you got them two upper wicks. Let me know nobody's in control. So that's why I believe there wasn't, like I said, not a lot of energy, because when there's not a lot of energy, you can't tell who's in control. On the very next candle, which is the 936 candle, the one that opens up 935, closes at 940, I jumped into this to the downside. That's how we lost, because believe it or not, it didn't really move. And because of the guardrail, it did go in our favor a little bit, but not enough to take profits. And then it popped up against us. With the guardrails on, it popped us out for a small loss. It is what it is. Like I said, there wasn't a lot of energy, so I just let the guardrails do what they do. And it went against us, so it popped us out. Not a problem. We got out at 9. We went in 936, got out 938. Our next trade, this one we won on, got the profits back that we lost in the first trade. This one was at 942 to the downside. All right, cool. The candle that opens up at 935, closes at 940, that's the one we lost on. Then I noticed then the bears started to pick up a little bit of energy. So at 942, we jumped into this because it opened up 940. I started pushing down. I wanted to break through the 200. You can see it there, the 200, that yellow line. I was hoping to break through that. We jumped in 942, rolled it down, and we got out of this bad boy at 944, right before it closed. At 945, it did break through the 200, and that was our mark to get on out, because I knew it wasn't going to hold, because it wasn't a strong breakthrough, but it did break through, so we'll take it. That brought us back to break even, or I think we was back up $1 or something like that. All right, cool. The next trade was on SPY to the upside at 947. All right, cool. The candle that we got out of at 940, closes at 945. We get up into the next candle. This one opens up at 945, closes at 950. We saw it squeezing up, so we jumped in on that bounce after that candle before that one. We jumped in at 947 as it breaks back through the 200 right there. You can see it there. It breaks through. We jump in and we hold this one all the way to the candle closes, because we got a lot of energy. And then the candle closes. The next one opens up. We're still holding this, and we hold this as it comes to like the middle of the middle of the candle, about 953, and that's when we got out. And that one was the trade that set us on the right path today. It wasn't a lot, like I said, it wasn't a lot of energy, because it took a while today for these candles to form. It was a lot of up and back down, then a lot of down, then back up. But it wasn't no real force in any direction. So that's why it was a little bit tougher today to trade. So that's why I couldn't add like I wanted to add more contracts, because I can't add if I don't know what direction it's going, and it can kind of burn you if you get in the wrong direction. All right, the next trade we broke even on, which is SPY to the downside at 955. All right, cool. The candle that opens up at 950, closes at 955. As that candle closed, the next one opens up. We jump into this to the downside. Now, I like how this is moving. we add to this at 9.58 because it is squeezing down, and then because of the this upper wick, it began to reverse on us. It ultimately did make a red candle when it finally closed, but on that ad, it kind of didn't go in our direction. It kind of sat there, and we got out at 10:01 and 15 seconds for a break-even trade. Even though the ad brought our cost basis down, because it went against us at first, it brought our cost basis down, but it ultimately didn't go in our favor. So we sold on that break-even, and that's how that one went. And then on the next trade, which is also on SPY to the upside, this one we won on at 10:01. So we got out of this one that was that kind of was tricking us at 10:01 and 15 seconds. As this candle opens up at 10:01, we jump in 10:01 and 46 seconds. We hold this all the way till the candle closes. It closes at 10:05. We still hold this bad boy, and at 10:06 on the next one, as it opens up, we get out, and now we add more gains to the account. We like how we moving. I'm like, all right, cool. And then I jump over into Meta, because I said, you know what, Meta may be moving, because lately Meta has been tough to trade. Because when the market really not moving, Meta's tough to trade, because Meta always has a lot of upper wicks and lower wicks, because Meta can get you your profits so fast that people get their profits and they get out, and it causes those upper wicks and low. You can see it there in the open. We got a lot of lower wicks and upper wicks, so that makes Meta sometimes tough to trade without a lot of energy. So anyway, we got into this at 10:07. All right, cool. The candle that opens up at 10 o'clock closes at 10:05. It's a green candle squeezing through the 200. The very next candle, this is the one that we got in on. I see we got support now at the 200 because we broke through in the last candle. We jump in at 10:07. We're not going to hold too long because it's Meta. We jump in at 10:07:18. This bad boy runs at 10:07:47 seconds. And we jump out. And we add a little bit more chump change to the account. Not much. And it's on the last trade. I think we was about $15 at this time. And on the last trade, we closed the account out at about $20 for the day. It's a trade on SPY. All right, cool. This one we took small size because, like I said, it wasn't a lot of energy, and we were gonna save our money for after Jerome Powell speak to see what happens. Maybe we can catch something then. We'll see what happens. Anyway, at 10:27 to the downside. All right, cool. Here we go now. The candle that opens up at 10:20 and closes at 10:25 is a red candle. I like what I'm seeing. I jump into the next candle at 10:27. It's going down in our favor. I'm like, all right, cool. This closes at 10:30. We add at 10:37. And we get a candle of indecision. And then the candle closes at 10:40. And it keeps going down to the moving average. We jump out at 10:42. And that's pretty much how we finished the day. You can see it there. Not much. It's a basic, but we'll take it. Still moving in the right direction, y'all. Like I said, it wasn't a lot of energy today. We're waiting for Jerome Powell. See what he's going to say at 2 and change. And we might take another trade on that one. Anyway, y'all, that's all I got for you today. We'll be back at this tomorrow for day number 109. All right, y'all. Peace.